G'day guys, how's everyone going? This is Jay here from Australia with the Kangaroos, Koalas, and 6:30 in the morning as per usual. If you realise what 6:30 in the morning means, it means you have to get up at 5 or 4:30, or not even 4:30. I'm being a sook. Anyway, this is Live Theories. This is Diana. She's from the stars of the universe, and I was just going to say to you, our topics today is about synchronicities and knowing what's going on in life, and it always happens. Things are supposed to happen the way they are, and then you have to just realize it and accept it and live with it. Yeah. But I was remembering a couple of years ago when we did this. This is years, ladies and gentlemen. I remember I said, you love astrology. And I remember you saying, oh, yeah, don't mind it. Yeah, but yeah, whatever. But I just said to you, I go, you should just move into the stars and have a look. Look how everything's lined up. We told you this. I wish I had the quote with me. I said, you should, you're as I said, I call you Star Child and all this, Starfire and all this other stuff, right? And the reason we're segueing into this, ladies and gentlemen, is you don't know that you actually been led to a particular position, particular way when you actually look within yourself. Like you might, I think, look, there's a couple of topics that come into this. And I say with regards to people at this present time, people who are ascending are ascending, which is we are, and people who are within their ego are battling their ego.
Or just on a plateau.
Well, they're not going anywhere because they're still back in their ego. And because it's been intensified with the ascension process that we're going through, the ascension process, the energies are going within their ego, which is negativity in that way. In a negative way. They haven't worked on themselves, and they're getting, there's a lot of karma coming along. But where the hell was I going with that? Anyway, how are you anyway?
I'm good. Yeah. Just do my thing. I'm basically I'm working on improving my physical health. I disjoined, or I ended the contract with the old gym I was at, and now I'm doing like a health and wellness center. And I have Reiki, massage. For like a discounted price. They have like a track. They have all the classes. I did like a Pilates class, and so I'm getting more of my health into alignment, because I think we said before, I've done a lot of work spiritually, emotionally, and even mentally, but my physical is just the one that I feel like is out of alignment. It just feels like the densest, and we know that trauma is stored in the body too. I think our body can sometimes be the slowest to catch up with all the other work we've done, right? And sometimes your body even rejects it. You need to get more energy moving through, and Reiki has helped me more with that. But just for me, exercising, getting that more in alignment. So I'm working on improving my physical health right now, which also will affect everything else. So that's something I'm focused more on recently. I've been taking more time, even less on my content and more like on going to gym, going to fitness classes, doing things like that. I'm making that a part of my life now. I'm just I'm kind of just fitting it in.
Yeah, that's fantastic. It's I've been looking at and being I think the honesty with where I'm at the moment. I rebranded this whole white feather thing in 10 minutes.
Oh wow. What is it?
That's how connected I've been, and not allowing the flow. When I actually allowed, maybe it was timing, whatever it may be. I had to learn a lesson or all that. But two things have happened. I've really looked into myself with regards to certain things, like we'll talk about drug and alcohol abuse and necessity. I could still say I have the food necessity, unfortunately. Like I eat the food at the wrong times. Not nothing out of the ordinary, but
I do that emotionally. Eat. I can be doing real good, working out, do everything, but then when I get in an emotional state or something's bothering me or stress more so, like that's the first thing I go to. Before it was drugs and things like that. Now, so I'm learning to also, why am I eating right now? Do I really need to eat? Do I need to nourish myself? If that's the case, fine. But usually it's not. That's not what it is. I'll be bored. I want to eat. I'm stressed. I want to eat. So I'm working on that too.
It's not the stress and need for me. The stress and need, I just go with it. It's no problem. It's the real reason why I do it. I have to look, as I said to you. Now, see, I rebranded this. I rebranded this. This is where it all goes down to, ladies and gentlemen. Rebranded White Warrior Health. It's not. Right. It's WWH. Thanks DDP. Hint, hint. Remove the mask, write the story, right? So I've had all these synchronicities come through that have been in my face to write my story. Cody Rhodes. Hello, Cody Rhodes. All right. That was the final straw, but there was always the word story coming up. Maybe I don't look, maybe I'm reading too much into it. I don't know, but who gives a shit? Anyway. And once I realized that and I actually turned myself onto myself and looked into the mirror, Blackie Lawless, hello. Invisible Boy, hello. Crimson Idol. So many synchronicities just started to pop and go. But this has been shown to you throughout your life. You just needed the time to manifest yourself and understand where you're at. You still have to go through that spiritual awakening process. So to go back to the food thing, I eat food for the hit. That's it. When you're sort of emotional and stuff, nothing wrong with doing it, as far as I'm concerned, because when I was going through like panic attacks and all that stuff, which is basically another segue into another thing which I'm envisioning and having these going deeper into up into the spirit world. We can I envision every single night now, which is bloody scary. Not scary in some ways, but yeah. I should have written down what I had last night, but I'll remember it. So it was pretty good. Anyway, so all these synchronicities and everything's coming into me now. So I'm starting to work out exactly what's going on and where I'm supposed to be in life. And this is like trying to, I wouldn't say brand yourself, but, what are you? Where are you going? We've had this, Jackie and I have had this discussion for a long time, right? What are you? And I had to say, no, I'm a teacher. I do this. I do this. I do this. I speak. No, you're a motivational speaker and mentor who has contagious energy and a back belt of gifts to help people upon their journey. That's it. So and someone said to me, whatever I do, I bring happiness to it because I have the happiness within me to do it. Doing MC for the village people, working in the bands. When I'm teaching, I do okay. But if I have a passion and love for something, my energy is like radiates. Now, this comes back to the next bit where people try to dim it. And it's been happening for decades.
Yep.
I've allowed it. But I've put myself into situations where I've done it, but I put into situations where I had to learn and because I didn't realize how far down I really was. And that's just the way it is until it only started. It started the process when I had the spiritual breakdown, and then we found each other after that. And it's been a gradual process for the last 5 years to get to where I am right now. And where I look back on it and I go, interesting. Could I have done this 5 years ago? Absolutely not. Anyone says they can, I should have, could have, wanna. Maybe. I'd say most of the time, no. So there you go. I feel like karma and stuff these days. Having the awareness is knowing when to step in and step out. But also a big one is for me selfishness. A lot of words these days have been friggin' turned. And straight out, I don't like the hype. I don't like the people who are running this joint. I'll tell you straight. I know why they. This, as I said, we'll segue into that later. I'm not going to get too political, but basically, you wake up to all this shit, especially in Australia. My God. Anyway, we'll leave that for another day. That's yeah. Anyway, but you sort of become more aware of where you're going to go and what you're doing and stuff like that, and look at the patterns within your life as well. Now, one pattern I did have was the can't be fucked theory. You'd think, you look at me and go, he does a lot of stuff, but did I really do a lot of stuff? Did I really do the things I needed to do? No, because number one, I was scared of failure, scared of success, fearful of bloody ridicule, Okay. And fear of and absolutely fear of failing. But when you actually look at it, when you come out of your body and fight, like going even simply going to get a degree, become a good father, um, running a business for yourself. You actually have the guts to do all that stuff. Why you have to look at that and say to yourself, this is fantastic, and put it onto the stuff that you really love. And the other thing I found, sorry to keep going, but the passion I have for helping others, I've got to put into myself. There's where the selfishness comes in.
Yeah.
And truly have a look, ladies and gentlemen, what you do when you help others. Or something, okay, something that even if you're involved in it, is it really 100% for you? So, for example, a band. A band's great. You've got five, makes you got 5 people or 4 people to make this dream come true, right? Still people involved. Even though you're directly in charge, you still have to rely on others. Why can't you put that effort into something that you really love? This.
Yeah.
Change your energy around. Why? Because you're fearing success, or you fear this is and it really tests you where you are. Really test your real feeling of what happened, of what's happening within you. And this is the big jump. So there you go.
Yeah, and I think also we were saying how you wouldn't have done that before because you've gained more wisdom from them. You've had more experiences and you get clarity, even whether it's from chaos, you get clarity, or just from the stillness, or just kind of the space between. You're like, why am I doing what I'm doing? And or like maybe that did serve you for a certain amount of time, but now you're doing something this way and you feel called, you're more like drawn to do this instead. And I think we're always changing. It's okay to change. It's okay to rebrand yourself. It's okay to choose a completely different direction that people don't expect or want. You have to like do something from a heart space, and that's also from like something you're passionate about. And if that's not driving you, then what is? I mean, I think that's what I think with that. I'm always changing the direction I'm going, and even what I make content about and stuff like that, I don't even like to put myself in a particular niche, honestly. And probably that's the thing with YouTube, why sometimes it doesn't grow as much, because I like to change what I'm talking about. Sometimes I might want to talk about spirituality. Sometimes I might want to talk about mental health. Sometimes for some reason something's changed, and maybe I think I could be of more help to people that need help in this area. You know what I mean? So like, I think it's good to rebrand yourself and change your ways. And just because people expect you to be this way doesn't mean you can't be something else. You can change at any time. And I think that's the good thing. And things will be synchronistic, right? I just joined that new wellness and fitness center, right? That has more amenities that I like. And when I went there, I just took a Reiki class. I finally did my Reiki one in person. I did it online and I want to do it more in person. That was the lady, talk about synchronistic. That was the lady that worked at the rehab I was at. She did Reiki at the rehab I went to. And right when I got the Reiki session, or no, right when I joined this fitness and wellness center, she was there at the fitness and wellness center too. So it's like, it was synchronistic, like, hey, you're on the right path. This is what you're supposed to be doing. It's just random. I'm having little things like that happen when we're talking about synchronicities that like show me, hey, you're on the right path, like some kind of nudge, even if it's something that no one else gets, or maybe it's like a an angel number or something in a song. Do you ever have it where like something in a song sticks out to you? It's like almost like it's just for you. You're like, dude, I was just thinking that shit. Or
But
like
how
that's
aware are you from it? Okay, I'll put a question to you this way. When I'll tell you, back in the day, I used to see those things, but I used to go, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, right? Which is basically, it's like a way out. Whereas here, it's a message. If that makes any sense to you, like, because we're in a shitty position, we look for a way out. Go, this is good, and we had the drive and we had this. But then if you look at what Aaron Doherty and his video about the law of importance.
yeah.
And the law of importance means don't do the thing, let it come to you, do what you need to do, and let it go and let it work itself out. And then when it comes up again, you deal with it. Don't push and force it. I just worked out the world is such we can balance is so important in life. What do you reckon?
Yeah, it's funny you say this is also synchronistic, because I literally just made a video I'm about to put up on shifting the meaning of things, and that's pretty much is what it's about. It's like, it is what you say it is. Everything is neutral, right? So this this experience, or even a synchronicity, you could make it, you could hear that song on the radio, whatever that's relating to your situation, you could twist it and make it like something good or bad. And Solomon talks a lot about the polarities, which I think is interesting.
Looking for the meaning. I'm just, and as I said, ladies and gentlemen, we can do it for only ourselves of what we're doing. We can only look at ourselves and what we're doing with regards to all this stuff that we're doing. And I think the process of, you have to trust the process in what's going on. And as I said, I look at above, and in my office at the moment, I'm looking at my 3 friends who have passed away. There's so many different things. Like, we talk about messages, and like I end up being in costuming heavily. Like I co-run I pretty much run a costume group here, a professional costuming group. And it was funny that 7 years before, I picked up a card that had the name of the group on it. Like, oh, this would be nice to join. I kept ringing them up to try and get in. No one would ring me back. And it's just the way it was. It wasn't, no one being rude or anything. It's just, is what it is. And then suddenly I go and join, and I'm suddenly owning the joint. And it's just the process of what you're doing. Like, even, what was the joke about me being Batman and Robin with Cortez? There's a perfect example. There's, like, we talk about you with Trailblazer the Universe. What do? Straight up, oh, Batman and Robin. Who am I end up being? I end up being Melbourne Robin. You tell me.
You can be both. You have.
No, but I'm talking about synchronicities. You tell me. I said something, and I brought it into life. You tell me that wasn't supposed to. You know what I mean? Does that? You were talking about messages and all those kind of things. It's funny. Also, you might watch, I don't know, say Cocktail for Me, right? And I knew this was the start of the journey in '96. I know the first day. I mean, that was the first day I started my journey, and that was '96. That was like 30 years ago. Being aware of all this stuff, aware of it, trying to live it within my screwed up head. But then that started it, and then you understand, even to this day, only a couple of weeks ago, or say last year, there was something that came up with Revenge of the Nerds. Remember the show Revenge of the Nerds? Look at the message that's on there. Stand up for yourself, Dana. But it resonates. You can see it and listen to it. Does it resonate with you? There's two different things.